told myself that I was going to come out and get some fresh air today. It's probably high 80s right now. It's a beautiful day and I needed to get out, just go for a bike ride and just get some fresh air. So I usually do these things that I call train. I do these things called brain dumps, where I just kind of jot down everything about a certain topic that I'm thinking on, just to kind of get it out, get it on a piece of paper, and just it helps me walk myself through it a little more. So I wanted to do it on video here and see kind of what I come up with. And I wanted to pick a spot in the shade because I know I'm going to get sunburned. And I just sat down here, just up against this brick wall, and right to my right, I found a penny. And every time I am out and about and I were to find a penny or a coin, I pick it up and I keep it. It reminds me to pray. Just sit down and pray and just express some gratitude. So this just happened, and I'm gonna keep this here. And it's something so small and probably so stupid, but more than one occasion, this has completely turned my day around. Just a reminder to pray and to just be grateful for what I have and what I'm going to achieve. That's not the point of this brain dump. That all just happened in the last minute that I saw that. But what I was thinking about was specifically kind of demand generation. I wasn't really sure where I was going to go with this and how I was going to talk about it even. So that's why I kind of get outside and just get some fresh air and let my mind wander. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm thinking of some of the companies out there with finite audiences. Your solution can only serve I guess a smaller group of people. Now it's not small, but in the grand scheme of things it is. So let's say you've got an audience, there's 20,000 companies out there that you're able to serve. How you're approaching that with prospecting, whether it's cold prospecting, if it's PPC, any type of social media marketing, content marketing, all of it. I kind of want to get my thoughts down on how to generate demand, effectively for pennies, I guess. And the way you do that, and most people that I talk to have they've got a database somewhere that is full of this audience, whether it's ABM focused or if they got contact level data, they've got this information somewhere. CRM, spreadsheet, doesn't matter. So you've got at least emails. With those emails, you are able to upload that as a custom audience into Facebook. And if you wanted to run some Facebook paid traffic, you would have your targeting there, and you would be able to do more contact level marketing that way and make sure that it's only those people that your solution is able to help. And so you don't have to worry about the interest targeting, demographic targeting in Facebook, which is highly powerful anyway, but you don't have the resources to just be wasting your money on getting in front of and serving ads to people who are just, they're never going to convert anyway. But then I was also thinking about ad roll, display banner ads. I use ad roll specifically, so I know you can accomplish this with Google Display Network. So if you take those emails and upload that into ad roll as well, you can serve these sexy, awesome banner ads to these people, and you're going to stay there in front of only these people. Now, so you've got 20,000 people or 20,000 companies. You probably have at least one contact at each company, but let's say you've got 5. Let's bring that number to 100,000. You have 100,000 people that you can be reaching out to and prospecting and trying to drum up some business and generate demand. So if you've got these ads running to these 100,000 people every single day and they're seeing it 15, 20 times a day, you're gonna be at the top of their list when decision day comes. You're not gonna, I guess, be able to I guess I shouldn't say you should be able to generate demand, but you're going to be there when that demand is realized, when that person has, by their own doing, started their buyer process, that buying journey. And they've been seeing your ads, they've been consuming your content, you're getting your stuff out there in front of them. Now, 100,000 contacts is nothing to joke about. So I don't know how big your teams are, if it's just a small 5-person team, if there's only 1 or 2 people, or maybe you've got 30 or 50 people that are dialing, they're smile and dialing, they are emailing and whatnot. Generating demand this way is going to help. Not saying that this is how you generate demand. This is just one of the cogs in this machine that you've got going. So when people are clicking and they're visiting your website, you are creating more awareness for your company, for your solution. You are staying top of mind and whatnot. So I wanted to take that a step further, and part of my brain dump, how that fits into what we do. You've got this audience of 100,000 people. Every time they click and they go to your website, you have no idea which person it is, which company they belong to, how far they are in their buyer's journey, anything like that. You don't know, and you're not able to. There are services like Lead Feeder and Lead Forensics. There is oh my God, what is the other one that I'm thinking of? There's plenty of these companies out there that can say, hey, we'll identify the companies on your website, and from there you can kind of triangulate and drill down on which people or which person might have been on your website. But the problem with those at that they're all IP based, so you're not going to be able to have that type of insight at that level. It's a step in the right direction, of course, but you're wanting to generate this demand and be able to stay informed of, their activity, what they're doing, what they're consuming, what's working, what isn't, when you should be emailing them to open a conversation, or when, determine how much more nurturing needs to be done. So every time someone clicks one of those ads and they go to your website, since we have our database tied to your identity graph, if we were to do that, I mean, we have our own B2B database that has over 7 million contacts, so we can add to yours or enrich it. We've got more data than you're going to be able to have anyway readily available, because it's refreshing in real time automatically with this identity graph. Every time someone clicks that ad, you're going to be alerted. You're going to be able to know who it was, what page they were on your website, and how long they were there. On top of that, you're going to get what's called in-market insight. And what that means is you're going to be able to look before they ever visited your website and see how they got there. So what did they start with and what date? And what was the cost per click of the keywords that they might have searched or they had clicked on? How did they progress through it? And what were the events leading up to them visiting your website? And then what were the events leading up to actually closing, becoming a customer or client of yours? So all of that plays a major part of demand gen. But I think the first step, and for pennies on a dollar, you can run these ads for a $2 CPM, and that way you're staying in front of them and staying highly relevant, staying top of mind, and when decision day comes, they are you're going to be the one that they think of. So that's kind of my brain dump right now. I'm going to have to get out of here quick because I can see they're starting their soccer practices and stuff, but I am going to continue my bike ride, and if I have any other thoughts that I wanted to add to this, I probably will, but that is how usually what would happen on a normal brain dump, on just a piece of paper, a notepad, whatever I would do. So we'll see how this goes and see if it's something that helps me along the way, just kind of talk things out, just a brain dump or a brainstorm. So if you are doing this, I want to know what you like and what you don't like, or maybe there's something that I might be able to help with and kind of point you in that right direction. And if you're not using it, I know budgets come into play, especially right now. I know that no one has these deep pockets that you can just dip into and do whatever you want with. So I just kind of want to hear some feedback on what you think of this whole thing of running these display ads to your audience, and how you're guaranteeing basically that you're only pursuing and you're only prospecting the people that are really just your best opportunities. That's all it is. You don't want to. No one wants to spend their time prospecting someone who's either not relevant or they're not ready to buy yet. You don't want to waste that kind of an intro if they still need to be nurtured more. So let me know. We'll take it from here. We'll see how it goes. Have a good one. Bye-bye.